So today we will look at circulation in the birds, right? So here the components that are basically one important thing that in circulation in birds, this is complete double circuit circulation. This is complete double circuit circulation, right? As we have looked at the amphibians and the reptiles, there was incomplete double circuit circulation, but here we have complete. So let's look into the components. Here we have right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, and left ventricle. Ventricle, right? So let's make the structure of the bird Earth's heart. So here we have this is known as right atrium, this is left ventricle, this is this is right ventricle, this is left ventricle, and this is left atrium, right? So here, from here, basically the deoxygenated blood comes into the right atrium to the right ventricle, and from right ventricle to this pulmonary trunk. Right, this is pulmonary trunk, from right ventricle to this pulmonary trunk, and from pulmonary trunk to basically towards lungs for the oxygenation, right? So what happened, the deoxygenated blood from the right atrium came, now from right atrium it went to right ventricle, now from right ventricle to the pulmonary trunk, and pulmonary trunk to the lungs, right? Now what will happen, the oxygenated blood from the left, like from the lungs, will come then it will move to left, like it came and into the left atrium, now left atrium into the left ventricle. Okay, basically right, okay, the oxygenated blood came into left atrium, now left atrium to left ventricle, and then from left ventricle it went to aorta, as it is oxygenated blood, and from aorta to basically this is the systematic arc, and from systematic arc to the whole body. So here one thing important to know, which can be asked in MCQs too, that what's the location of the systematic arc over here. So as you can see over here, the systematic arc is present in on the right side. So here we'll write that in birds, birds plus crocodile. Right, crocodile also have four chambers. Like, I know it's reptile, but there's an exception, right? So in birds and crocodile, systematic arc is present on right side. Okay, this is important MCQs. I have seen this MCQs many times. Right, so in birds and crocodile, systematic arc is present in right side. And if we talk about mammals, in mammals, the systematic arc is present on left side of heart, right? So this is an important thing to remember. I've seen many times ambiguous coming in exams, in competitive exams, right? So what's this? The deoxygenated blood from right atrium to right ventricle. Now right ventricle to pulmonary trunk to the lungs for oxygenation. Now from the oxygenated blood from the left atrium to left ventricle. Now left ventricle to the aorta and aorta to systematic arc into the whole body. So here you can see this is complete double circuit circulation, right? Okay, basically one more thing to remember. Oops. Okay, as you have seen, this is heart. This is heart, right? These are lungs. So here the deoxygenated blood is coming from lungs to heart and going towards the lungs. Oops, sorry. So here you can see from heart to lungs, deoxygenated blood goes from heart to lungs, and from lungs to heart oxygenated blood goes. Now this heart, from this heart, this is body. So from this heart to body oxygenated blood goes, and from body to heart the deoxygenated blood goes. So basically this circulation from lungs to heart is known as pulmonary circulation. This is known as pulmonary circulation, right? And the from body to heart and heart to body is basically known as systematic it's known as systematic circulation, right? So what from lungs, as we know that heart pumps blood, the deoxygenated blood from heart to lungs, and the lungs purify the blood and oxidify it, right? It gives oxygenation, like the process of oxygenation is done. So from lungs to heart. So this type of circulation is known as pulmonary circulation, and we know that the oxygenated blood is provided to the body by the heart, and the body provides deoxygenated blood to the heart. So this type of circulation is known as systematic circulation. So I hope the circulation in bird is clear to you. If you have any kind of queries, you can ask me in the comment section and I'll be very glad to answer.